Libraries are branching out a bit further than printed words off your favorite novels. While books are still a major part of their offerings, some libraries have decided to be a bit more creative in what they offer, making your library experience an even more fun and enriched one. Here at Arapahoe Libraries, South Glen Library, you can now check out their studio to create your next masterpiece, and all you need is your library card. I'm here with Allison, a librarian at South Glen Library. Could you explain South Glen's state-of-the-art studio?
Sure. Yeah, so the studio that we have here started in 2013. The studio offers a lot of multimedia equipment and tools for people. So we have a green screen, different apps on the iPad that we can use in conjunction with filming. We have a couple of different cameras, a recording space where people can come in and do vocal recordings, instrumental recordings as well. We have our 3D printer. And we also have design software. We have the Adobe Creative Cloud, Final Cut Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro, and we also have a Finch robot, which helps kids learn how to do basic coding, sort of get them engaged in a fun way that's interactive. We really do feel like audiovisual creation is a form of new literacy. I think it really falls in line with the library's mission, which is to provide free access to tools, whether that's information, books, or software, hardware, things that people may not be able to necessarily buy themselves or own, but they can still have access to and use. So it really is, I think, an egalitarian mission to provide these tools. I've talked to quite a few patrons who are really pleased that we have these studios, especially when parents want to create projects with their kids, because they've called around and realized that studio space is very expensive. So it's a really great community resource that we love when people come in and take advantage of, especially kids.
Mix it, record it, or tape it. It may just look like a room in the library, but it's a soundproof one where you can become a star, or make you just look like one.
People can come in and do all sorts of different things, but we see especially kids come in for school projects. So we had one patron that comes to mind whose daughter came in to do a newscast on a volcano eruption. So she did a fake newscast and was able to put in sort of the volcano behind her and do her news piece there. We've had kids come in for recording their instruments to send off to competitions. We have kids that come in that design 3D objects to have them printed out. We've had adults come in and design, a piece of a vacuum cleaner or a dishwasher, something important that they need that they can't get. They come and design it and are able to print it off. So we also have these useful objects that people can create with the 3D printer. We have an iMovie trailer program, and that's for younger kids that can come in and kind of learn the basics of creating a script from the beginning and then planning it out, working together, collaborating, and then shooting and then putting it together in an iMovie trailer format. And then we also have a Final Cut Pro class for teens and adults where they can come in, learn the basics of video editing and green screen effects. We also have a Learn to DJ program. We also have DJ tools. So if we have any sort of beginning DJ people, we have a lot of burgeoning rap stars come in and use the space to create rap songs. And so they can use the DJ board as well as the DJ software to mix different beats together and create that. We also have software in there that lets you make your own beats. We have an app on the iPad called Action Movie that lets them kind of experience sort of that action movie feeling as they're creating something. The Action Movie is actually very fun and engaging without having to have spent hours trying to learn how to use it. There are some tools that are definitely entry-level tools. So the green screen in conjunction with iMovie is a good place to start because people get very excited about, potentially seeing themselves in a movie standing on Mars. The iMovie trailer option that they have is also a very fun place to start because it looks really cool. It has a really nice template that looks very sleek and professional without having to spend tons of hours working on it. In terms of the audio side to it, the DJ board is actually very tactile and kinesthetic, and so when you press a button it does something and it changes the sound and the music, so that is also a really fun thing for kids and teens to play around with because it's sort of instant gratification, and teens look cool with their headphones on and mixing beats. So I think in terms of the audio side, that's a really fun place to start. We have an after-hour band recording program where we invite Denver musicians to come in after hours because they're very loud. We have them come in and we record 3 songs, and we also record 3 videos that go along with those songs, and we put together those songs by editing them. We also edit the videos, adding some green screen effects, and give that to the musicians, and then we put those onto our YouTube channel so we can share their music with other people and also share with patrons interesting things that we do in our studio spaces. I think it's really good to feel out where people are interested, where their interests may lie, but if they want to come in and they've never been in this space before, I would recommend getting a tour with one of the staff members, either with a librarian or a tech specialist, where we can take that person around, that group of people around, and show them what we actually do offer, because sometimes when you walk into that space it's hard to know what all there is to do. We have a book a librarian system where on the website people can fill out a form online that says what they're interested in learning, and then set up an appointment with that librarian or tech specialist, and then go around, spend an hour with that person learning and working on their project. There is no limit in terms of what age can use it, so everyone is welcome in the studio. Generally, when we see younger kids come into the studio, it's usually accompanied by a parent who wants to teach their kid something about the studio, or they want to do a fun project with them in collaboration, almost sort of a family project. So usually the younger kids we do see with parents, but we do plenty of projects for younger kids all the way up to senior citizens, because we also have a media conversion section to our studio. So people that have outdated media like vinyl records or cassette tapes or VHSs can come in and convert those to a digital file and burn it on a more relevant medium, basically. So we really see the whole gamut of age groups. So we are welcome to all different groups and age groups. In order to reserve the studio, there is a place on our website where you can go that is a link that says reserve the studio, and you fill out the form. You say for how long you want it. As long as it's open, you're able to reserve it for 3 hours on a weekday and 2 hours on the weekends.
So the next time you head to the library to check out a book or two for that final paper, or to find some books to occupy your time during your next vacation, don't forget to check out the studio. It's the only place in the library where you don't have to be quiet and can discover, imagine, and create as loud as you want. Reporting for GV Kids Inc. News, I'm Isabella Yao.